Okay, so this is the rose sennit knot, and we're going to start with a Matthew Walker knot. And that is under this one, under this one, under this one, under this one, all the way around. And then under your first one. Now we're going to go into the next loop. So we'll go into the yellow through loop, then we'll take the next one. This is the next one. We'll go into the blue loop, take the next one, go into the yellow loop, take the next one, go into the blue loop, take the next one, and go into the yellow, take the next one, and go into the blue, and then the yellow, and then the blue. And then you just tighten it. And it's good to tighten them in a row. Don't tighten one and then go across and tighten another one from the other side. Just keep going around the circle. And then you can lift it up and tighten it. So that is the Matthew Walker knot. And we use this knot to finish the leash and to finish the extension, the leash extension. So now we are going to do a square knot. So each one goes over the next one, and then the last one goes through the first loop. So that gives you a square knot. And this is the base for the rose sennit knot. And you want to get it as tight as you can get it, because we're not going back from here. Okay, so that's your square knot. Now we're going to start the rest of the rose sennit. So we go over this one and under this one, over this one and under this one, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Now we're going to go over this one and up through this one, which would be under. And this is where it gets a teeny bit tricky. We're going to go over this one and under the next one. And then we're going to shorten them all up just a little bit. And we're not going to pull them to the outside of the circle. We're just going to lay them down like that. So now we kind of squish them down. Now we're going to slide them in next to their friend. So this one is right next to one coming out of the knot, of the square knot. So we're going to go slide in next to that friend there. Then we're going to slide in next to this friend here. And we're going to slide in next to this friend here. And slide in there. And slide in there. Slide in there. Slide in there. And slide in there. Now everybody's tucked in bed. Okay. Now we are going to do the last step. Well, the second to the last step. So we're going to take this one. You can start anywhere you want. And we are going to find 2 crosses. Now this is the one we're braiding. The next one forms a cross here. And the one after that forms a cross right there. And we're moving towards the center. So we want to go over this cross and under this cross. So we'll go over this cross and under this cross and come out next to the knot. So now here's this one. Here's our next one. And here's the one after it. So here's a cross and here's a cross. So you want to go over this cross and under that cross. And here's our next one. Here's the first cross, and here's the second cross. So we're going to go over this cross and under that cross. And here's our next one. Over this cross and under that cross. And here's the next one. Over this cross and under this cross. And here's the next one, which is over this cross and under that cross. And here's the next one, over this cross and under this cross. And here's the last one, which is over this cross and under this cross. Now, you actually finished the knot part of it. So what we need is we need to start tightening it. And we will start tightening it, but you don't want to tighten it all the way because you want to thread the ends through. Okay, so now we have the ends to where it's tight enough, but we want to thread these ends through. So we're going to go over 2 and tuck it in next to the knot. So we're going to go over this one and tuck it in next to the knot. And then we'll go, this is our next one, over this one and over that one and tuck it in next to the knot. And we'll go over this one and over that one and tuck it in. And then we go over this one and over this one and tuck it in. And then we'll go over this one and over that one and tuck it in. And then we will go over this one and over that one and tuck it in. And then we will go over this one and over that one and tuck it in. And the last one, you kind of have to figure out what you're doing, where you're going to go over this one and over this one. These are the 2 that are coming out of the knot, the square knot, and you're going to tuck it in there. And now we're going to pause it, and I'm going to tighten it all up. Okay. Okay, so I'm tightening it up now. See, it looks all wobbly? Well, we don't want it to look wobbly. So what we're going to do is we're going to start pulling on these things to tighten them up so that it makes a nice pretty knot. Kind of feels like you're never going to get there. At a certain point you think, oh my gosh, I've made such a horrible mistake. This will never look right. And sometimes you have made a horrible mistake, but sometimes it's just not pulled together yet. So it's not quite tightened yet, but you can see that it's starting to look like a rose sennit knot. And you can keep tightening it till it makes it pretty perfect. There we go.